there's no sense of urgency with this shit, and that's the shit that drives
DMF
me
with
insane.
the camera pissing me off.
Bro, it's the bro, my biggest pet peeve is when I see an ambulance with the lights on and they're going 30 miles per hour and there's no traffic. Like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Like, the moment she realized she killed 2 people.
It was supposed to be a beautiful Easter morning in 2021. What happened next would never be forgotten for this family.
We weren't getting a pulse on these people.
We've been tracking this case for the last 2.5 years. After dozens of open records requests and the hiring of an attorney, we finally obtained the records related to this tragic incident and go in depth on the story behind it.
Freaked out, but YN like myself do TS on a regular.
911 calls detail the seriousness behind what took place.
April 4, 2021, 10:32:35.
Please inquire with the address of your emergency.
Yes, there's been a severe car accident on Highway 42.
What's the cross
County
street?
Road 42. What's the cross street? Bubble Barn.
You was 38 when this happened,
Okay, how
bro.
many vehicles?
Happened. Two
No, it
vehicles.
was not.
Is anyone injured?
Yes.
Okay, what of injuries?
We don't know. We're driving past it.
But that's completely
They're
total.
completely
It looks like it's
total.
going to start on fire.
Okay, you're not. Are you there anymore?
No,
We've driven by.
Okay, stop. They've been on the way this entire time. This is just getting more information for them for when they arrive, okay? Like I said, we have a lot of help on the way. Thank you for calling.
Yep, thank you.
Damn luck.
10:32:39.
911, is this the life or death emergency?
Yes, it is. There's a car crash on 42, like right by the gas station.
42, hold on. 42 and what?
But I don't know. Whatever's by the bubble
What
barn.
happened?
The red car was turning like by the
Tell me what happened. Accident or I can't
A car
understand
crash.
you.
Yes, a car crash.
Is
A car
anyone
crash.
injured?
Yes.
No,
Okay, is it blocking traffic? I need someone to talk to me.
The car's on fire. There's one car on fire.
A car's on fire from it? Which car's on fire?
The white car, the Chrysler car's on fire.
Okay, do you see flames or just smoke?
Yes, there's flames and smoke.
Okay, is anyone in the vehicle that's on fire?
No, not in the vehicle, but the car and the SUV, there's somebody that is not conscious.
Just stay on the line with me. I have lots of help on the way. Are you involved or are you just passerby?
No, I'm a passerby, but my friend's brother and sister were in the car that just got hit.
Court testimony held at a later date details the moments before officers.
They were in the car that just got hit.
Court testimony held at a later date details the moments before officers arrived. After witnessing a horrific crash, witnesses say they approached the white vehicle and found one passenger to be severely injured, but alive. Bystanders pulled her out of the car while it was on fire, likely saving her life. She would not have been able to do this on her own due to her injuries, which included a broken ankle, broken backbones, and 2 broken ribs. She also suffered from a deep laceration caused by the seatbelt into her stomach, exposing her intestines.
God damn, bro. Bro, don't ask me no ignorant shit like that, nigga. I don't know. Jesus fucking Christ.
Minor injuries. As officers arrive, they witness the injured passenger on the ground and recognize that civilians have stepped up to help.
Hello, thanks for attending to her.
Their next priority is to check on the occupants of the red vehicle. The damage is plainly obvious, as the red vehicle was struck with such a force that it was ripped into 2 pieces.
Is everyone out? You think everyone's out here? There's one in here. Okay. I didn't feel a pulse though. Okay.
No fire extinguishers? I'm not too concerned about that.
Is there still a person in here? 2 in here. Yeah, the driver and one in the back.
Damn, bro.
85 I'm arriving, and it is on
45, 122, or 86. We've got 2 trapped inside of a vehicle that'll need to be
Bro, this is the worst call somebody parents can get.
prayed out.
Damn.
You just
I
know
don't know if they've
everyone
got
was slowing down to see what happened.
I understand your concern. Yeah. I'll just have you wait back here. Thank you.
I'm not getting a pulse on the back seat.
These people aren't coming out of this vehicle, right? Nope. Am I seeing that right? Okay.
Yep.
All right. I appreciate your assistance. Thank you.
Bro, shut the fuck up and go towards the car. Like, go do your job. Like, bro, this shit be maxing, bro. Niggas know they can do more, bro.
Damn,
Like,
rest in
look at
peace.
the back of the car, bro.
All right, and we know that nobody's in this one.
Everybody out?
Okay, we're clear here.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna try to maintain some kind of a perimeter here.
Who's she gonna kill?
Who's in the car?
He was in the car. I'll give it to you later. Please get them to the hospital now. I will give it to you. I will give it to you.
Yeah, for real.
Just get them to the hospital.
Like, bro, like that shit, bro. I feel her. Like, that's W, cause that shit be pissing me off, bro. Like, I've been in a situation like that. Like, what is y'all doing? Taking y'all time.
She was covered here and on her neck.
Well, did you see what happened, or you just
Nigga on the
heard
ground
They
fucking
trying to
dying.
get
Okay,
all
so
the
you
info
did see it
from
happen, or you
SMH,
didn't?
get them to the hospital.
Nah, yeah, they trying to get the info out of nigga leaking out. Like, that should be pissing me off.
No, I didn't see the accident.
Okay. All right. Right behind you. Is there anything I can do to help get this person out?
Check a pulse on that.
We weren't getting a pulse on these people.
I've been seeing the ambulance, bro. I've been seeing them in the back by the cop cars, bro. What's that, amazing? Niggas don't be giving a fuck, bro, for real. Like, there's no sense of urgency with this shit, and that's the shit that drives
BMF
me
with the camera
insane.
pissing me off.
Bro, it's the, like, bro, my biggest pet peeve is when I see an ambulance with the lights on, and they're going 30 miles per hour, and there's
It's
no
bro first
traffic.
day.
Like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Like, nigga, lock in. Like, don't get that job like that. Jobs like this is not for people that just want that job. That's like being a teacher. Like, you're not gonna be a teacher to be rich, nigga. You gotta want to help people type shit. Like, you gotta want to be involved with the job, bro. Like, it's not just another day. This shit drives me crazy. There's no sense of urgency, bro. Ambulance could have been had all of them halfway there by now. Man, she on the ground. Fuck that.
Were you in the car? Were you in the car? The passenger or the driver?
She's a passenger.
Miss, can I just have you switch your home keys right quick?
I seen a crazy car accident before and I hopped out to help.
People don't be giving a fuck.
See if we can get an ID on these two passengers.
This is her sister. She wasn't in the car. She was in a different car. Her sister was in the white car.
They just here for the report SMH.
Officers gathered information and got most of the story put together. The individuals in the red car, Dalton and Taylor, were struck by the white car, driven by Leon Bond III with his twin sister, Sienna, in the front passenger seat. Their older sister, Camille Lachey.
So that nigga was speeding? Who was speeding, bro? The white car that was on fire was definitely speeding. The white car that split the other one was definitely speeding. Driven by Leon. Nigga, Leon. Nigga tweaking, bro. White car driven by Leon.
Third with his twin sister, Sienna, in the front passenger seat. Their older sister, Camille Lachey Dennis Bond, was driving alongside them in a separate and seemingly uninvolved black vehicle with her best friend in the passenger seat, Lynn. Lynn was the one to make the 911 call at the beginning of this video. After the crash, Camille stopped down the street in the middle of the road and ran towards the accident on foot. According to court testimony, Camille got out of the car so fast she forgot to put the car in park, but Lynn noticed and did it for her from the passenger seat. Officers quickly realized this may be a criminal investigation involving multiple fatalities and that extreme speeds were likely involved. Accordingly, they quickly identify Camille as a key person of interest. Officers will eventually obtain video evidence of the crash itself to further support Camille's involvement. We will go over that footage later in this video.
Ma'am! Can't go over there right now.
She crying so
I wear a
hard 'cause she
seatbelt
probably...
even if I'm going down the street after I seen that shit.
I feel you, my brother. But she crying, but she probably crying because she know this could have been prevented by some ignorant shit.
Car on fire, it's not safe.
It's okay, it's okay. It's fine, I know, baby, it's gone. It's gone, yeah.
I want to see footage of the accident.
No, I don't want to see that shit. That's fucked up. I don't want to see it. They don't have it. It wouldn't be this whole video if they had it. Like.
Here, Camille is immediately placing blame on the other driver. She doesn't hesitate to use profanities towards Taylor, who she incorrectly believes was driving the red car.
Okay. 45-122. There's going to be two 1072s.
Officers unfortunately discover the two individuals in the red car, Dalton Lee Ford and Taylor Nicole Garza, have been killed in the crash. The couple was 22 years old. They had plans to celebrate Easter with their families that morning.
3 people around here taking pictures of a dead person.
Holy disrespect. Well, and I asked all of them, did you see what happened? Or are you just here to video? Yeah. Doing their commentary and shit.
Yeah, witnesses over here. Okay. So we'll need to start talking to them. Okay. Hey.
Officers begin questioning witnesses to hopefully figure out exactly what happened.
That's crazy, they were taking pictures. SMH, no respect. The world is going to shit.
Facts. Bro, look at this shit that's becoming normal. Like, none of this shit is even cool.
Facts, everything getting normalized cause of Twitter and shit.
It's just because of everything. Because everybody's going with the flow. Niggas need to stop going with the fucking flow and start going with your flow. My fault, hood. I didn't mean for you to catch a stray, bro.
I believe being a tranny is a mental
I can't even go over here right now.
Wait, right here, by the KFC.
Have them meet you down at Caribou.
Yeah. I had to get him out. I didn't even park my car. It was falling down the hill. I had to get him out.
Cam, don't agree with you.
Yeah.
Hey man, can I get the phone you had? Your friend would like it back. Yeah,
My mom is here, but her car is up there.
okay. Is your car still drivable?
My car is fine. Is she dead? Is she dead? That's all I need to know.
I have no idea.
Well, she better be. If she's not, I'm stomping on that head. I'm in the car. I'm going to my car.
Why don't we wait here for a second?
No.
I don't think you're able to.
Yes,
to
I am.
drive
I'm
well.
fine.
No, I don't think you're
I'm
able
going
to
to my
drive well.
sister. I'm going to my sister.
Camille, she left. Camille, she left.
She's gone.
Is she right to say that?
Yeah, that's that one.
I mean, that's just how she feels. She can't control how she feel at that moment in that situation.
Hell no.
But if she's wrong, if she's doing it wrong,
finna burn in hell.
That's fucked up.
My car is fine though. That's what I'm saying. It's fine. I'm not moving here. I just need my food and my shoes.
That's what I'm gonna get for you.
Okay.
Just stay right here, please. Hi, I'm Matt. I know.
Look at my baby.
I'm sorry.
Is she dead?
Your sister or
No, that bitch.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm very sorry I can't give that information, but
wonder if she really tried to hit her.
They're both. The passengers in the white car are okay. I don't know yet. Okay. Let's just get you off the street.
I need everybody to go on the other side of the road.
I'm going to the hospital. I'm going to the hospital.
We'll get it taken care of, man.
All right, I gotta go get my truck over there.
Okay.
Sterling, you stay with me.
That's the worst part to get.
Okay. Oh my God.
All right, guys. Do we
Are both of them going to Hennepin County
Especially
Medical
as a
Center?
family.
They're either going to Hennepin or Ridgeview.
parent.
Ridgeview is closer.
Well, I was told that Tiana was going to Ridgeview Medical, so this is both of her children.
Yeah. So then they're going to Ridgeview, which is in Burnsville.
They're going to the Ridgeview Hospital that's in Burnsville. To do a quick look. I know. Yes, the one in Burnsville, my partner.
Why is his car like that?
Can you talk to her? Because she just said that they just passed that hospital.
She tried to get him, and then I tried to go around her so he wouldn't hit her.
They went to county in Minneapolis.
God damn, alright. I
I
can't focus. I can't focus on it.
I don't know why they took them all over the mama. I don't know.
One at a time.
Nah, fact.
Right here, her knee's gonna come out of it.
Camille's sitting with you.
We're still, we have to wait for the medical examiner to get here before we can touch any of the cars. You could expedite, we're going to go 10:15 with this thing now. So what was your first name?
Camille.
Okay, Camille, here's what's going to happen is we're going to be placing you under arrest.
Why?
For criminal vehicular operation.
How?
Well, you were racing your brother.
No, I was not.
Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We have to examine all of our phones and that type of stuff. So, like I said, we can go two ways. If we have to put you in handcuffs, but we're going to take you back to our station to talk to you.
Nobody was racing. We were going 65.
Okay. So, I understand that.
She just incriminated herself. She shouldn't have said that.
65?
We weren't even going.
She said, like, first of all, that's what you get for trying to explain the story to everybody. Second of all, you better still be worried about your sister. That shit don't even matter, bro. They just be worried about your people.
And I watched it. That's the thing. I watched it.
Okay.
And he was even behind me.
So who squealed out at the intersection there?
What was that?
Who squealed out back at that intersection way down there? Did you have a witness that said that somebody had smoke pouring over the tires?
No, we did not. We left at the same time. Nobody had wheels nor nothing. Okay. That whoever told you that is lying. Okay. And I'm just gonna say it like this: whoever told you who said that, most likely is
she knows she was in the wrong. That's why she trying to blame the dead person.
Time Camille has claimed being prejudiced against while being accused of a crime. Before the day of the crash, Camille held several speeding tickets in her records, even though she was just 19 years old.
Why is she pulling the race card?
Before the day of the crash, Camille has several speeding tickets in her records, even though she's just 19. See? Damn.
Camille held several speeding tickets in her records, even though she was just 19 years old. Her first ticket listed she was traveling 50 miles an hour in a 30-mile-an-hour zone, 20 miles over.
Now that's a big one. Like, I'm pretty sure you go to jail if your shit like over 25, 30. Like 25, 30, you supposed to go to jail.
Over the speed limit. Her second speeding charge was for going 58 miles in a 45-mile-an-hour zone, 13 miles over the speed limit. However, the ticket details that she was very argumentative with the officer in this situation. The report shares that she argued she was pulled over due to her loud music and her being black, then claimed she was traveling that speed on a hill, and then when the officer handed her the ticket, she crumpled it up and tossed it into the passenger seat of her vehicle. Her third ticket was listed as duty to drive with due care speed, where no specific speed data is cited. More details on more of her tickets will be covered shortly.
We were not racing, no, none of that.
You weren't racing at all?
No, okay. I told him, for a simple fact, I'm gonna tell you just like this. For a simple fact, we are black. It is a nice day outside.
Damn, more tickets shortly is crazy.
No,
Damn, more tickets. Bro, yeah, this is an investigation. People died in this situation. Like this is an investigation. This shit. Yeah, they ain't finna just let this shit go. This shit don't just go.
For a simple fact, I'm gonna tell you just like this. For a simple fact, we are black. It is a nice day outside. I know that the police are out. We see the state troopers out.
Is she
we were
right
not
for
going
playing
fast. I said
the
we're
race
going
card?
to just go the speed limit up here.
This shit don't matter in this situation.
His car has more horsepower than mine does. So obviously it's gonna sound like it because I know how the engine sounds. And I'm gonna spit fact. My car is slow. But I was in front So he knows I was in front.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm gonna be in front because he's gonna follow my lead.
We were not going fast. Still talking?
She gassed on it. When I mean she gassed on it, she didn't see him because he was behind me. Actually, my car was up there, but I moved it up here because it was rolling back and it was still in drive. I don't want to mess up my transmission. She gassed on it to try to beat him.
Okay, so I appreciate you telling me all that type of stuff. So, like I said, our process is this. Okay,
Please don't do that. So I'm already black and it already looks bad enough.
It has nothing to do with race, man. We have 2 people that are dead right now caused by an accident.
Because she gassed on it.
Okay.
That has nothing to do with me and my brother.
Okay.
We were not speeding. Okay. What do you not understand?
You know what the speed limit is on here?
Yes, it's 55. We were going 60.
Okay.
It's not my problem that she wanted to be a dumb bitch and try to beat us. Okay. That's not my problem. Okay. You placing me under arrest for something that we did not do. We have digital dashes, bro.
We're gonna get all that.
We have digital dashes. So therefore, we were going 60.
So you don't have to yell at me.
I have to because you don't understand.
Okay, so here's what is gonna happen.
No, I'm not. Okay. You're not placing me under arrest or anything.
Okay, sorry.
Yes. Baby, I love you. I love all of you guys.
Stay there.
Let's stay, please, baby.
You're gonna be in handcuffs in a minute if you don't stay over there.
Please, baby, I love you guys. I love all you guys.
Let's go put on a super.
I love you, Mom. Yep. Yeah, and yes, they did use force, and I was not resisting.
So, miss, what we'll do is we'll take a statement from you and everything you said.
Can you take me out of these, please?
When we get back to our station, okay?
Love you guys.
Can you, Jay, you want to pat her down quick?
I don't have anything.
I know, I gotta make sure.
There's nothing in my ass. I need to got no drawers off.
Just listen. Okay.
I need to got no drawers off.
Okay. Have a seat.
While both Leon and Camille were arrested that day, they were both released shortly after pending charges. However, prosecutors did charge and arrested the driver of the white vehicle that made contact in the crash, Leon Bond III, who faced charges 6 months later.
The in-depth coverage you've...
I was about to say, like, what?
In the crash, Leon Bond III, who faced charges 6 months later.
The description.
Leon was ultimately tried as a juvenile. This was despite the efforts to try him as an adult, including a delinquency petition and a petition for adult verification, both of which were denied. Because he was tried as a juvenile, the details surrounding his case are not readily available or public. However, we do know some things, which includes a peek into Leon's school history with fights. One appellate case reveals that Leon's mother legally went after a school official when he attempted to prevent a fight that involved Leon, his 2 sisters, and another student. The case accuses the school official of dislocating Leon's arm while attempting to prevent the fight. This case was ultimately denied by the court due to there being a lack of willful or malicious wrong in the school official's actions. While Leon's case was being determined, Camille was also charged 6 months after the crash with charges surrounding her direct involvement by drag racing. During that 6-month period before her arrest, Camille got pulled over and charged for driving on a revoked license. Her license was revoked due to her failing to address her 3 previous speeding charges. She then got another speeding ticket that listed her going 59 miles an hour in a 35-mile-an-hour zone, 24 miles over the speed limit. In that pullover, she stated she was going downhill as the reason she was traveling so fast. In October of 2021, she was issued an arrest warrant and faced 2 counts of third-degree murder, 2 counts of criminal vehicular homicide, the reason she was traveling so fast. In October of 2021, she was issued
them some big boy charges. That's
issued an arrest warrant and faced 2 counts of third-degree murder, 2 counts of criminal vehicular homicide, 1 count of criminal vehicular operation resulting in great bodily harm, and 1 count of careless driving. The warrant she was issued revealed more details surrounding the incident, including a deeper look into post-event interviews and forensic research. The report detailed surveillance footage that shows the intersection they started the race at. Witness testimony shares that the 2 exchanged a conversation here, pertaining to whose car could accelerate faster. After that alleged conversation, the 2 cars take off well ahead of the other vehicles surrounding them. Another surveillance camera captures the impact. Moments before, you can see just how long it takes for this uninvolved vehicle to enter the right side of the frame and pass the area where the crash happens. When Camille and Leon's vehicles zoom by moments later, it takes roughly half the time. A crash reconstruction report reveals data obtained by the airbag control module in Leon's vehicle. The report indicated Leon and his sister Camille, who was traveling alongside him, were going 114 miles per hour just 5 seconds before the crash.
That could be anybody, bro. That could be anybody. That's not the road for that. It's not even the highway. Maybe on the highway, but that's not.
64 miles over the posted 50-mile-an-hour speed limit. Court documents also indicated Leon and Camille were over 3 football fields away when Dalton and Taylor started to take the turn. They traveled roughly 3/4 of a mile after taking off from the
3 football fields
intersection before crashing. Her and her brother's vehicle were traveling between 93 and 106 miles an hour before Leon's vehicle struck Dalton and Taylor. The day after her arrest on October 29, 2021, Camille posted a $75,000 non-cash bond, which came with conditions that notably did not exclude her driving privileges, allowing her to drive despite the seriousness behind her case. 2 months after her release on bond, court records indicate she got in a car accident where she claimed another driver was at fault. She issued a small claims case to the court for the other individual to pay a sum greater than $4,500. In the following year, she won.
But y'all see how they let her out and let all this shit keep going to build a case around her. They never closed that old case. They let her bond out and let that shit keep going.
On this court case due to the other party not showing up, she was given yet another speeding ticket in May of 2022. This time she was caught going 83 miles an hour in a 60-mile-an-hour zone, 23 miles over the speed limit. In this pullover, the ticket cites that Camille was unaware of the speed limit, cried, and explained to the officer that she had a bad experience with law enforcement before and was afraid of cops. State records allegedly showed her car's registration was expired despite the stickers on her car displaying she was up to date. In January of 2023, 3 months shy of 2 years after the car crash, news reports indicate that Camille's brother Leon pled guilty to 2 counts of third-degree murder. He was sentenced to 25 years of prison and pled guilty to 2 counts of third-degree murder. He was sentenced to 25 years of prison that same month. Because inmates only have to serve 2/3 of their sentence before transferring to probation, this means he should be out of jail in 16 years and 8 months, or in September of 2039, when he is 36 years old. However, rules apply differently for juvenile cases. Here is an image posted on what appears to be Leon's Facebook page, posted in September of 2023, where he seems to be under house arrest. He proudly holds what looks to be $1,000 in cash with a smile on his face. Because Leon was being tried as a juvenile, he was put on probation until the age of 21, with a stayed sentence of 25 years in prison. As long as Leon doesn't break probation by age 21, his sentence will be considered served. In mid-2024, Leon turned 21 and successfully completed his probation. His sentence for murdering
Flexing the band is crazy.
Dalton and Taylor is considered served. His sister, who operated the other racing vehicle, Camille Dennis Bond, faced a slew of charges as an adult for her involvement, making her case information more readily available. Through court deliberations, Camille's defense team would not only argue that she was not at fault due to her not being in the vehicle that struck Taylor and Dalton, but would go as far as to say Dalton should have yielded before the turn, and even suggested Dalton was at fault for the crash. In this section of the video, we will cover the surprising court deliberations that brought the case to its conclusion. In court, several factors were brought to light through witness and expert testimonies. While there are some notable instances of witnesses ascribing the scene to being horrific and the worst thing they have ever experienced, some more frustrating revelations deemed that Camille and her brother Leon were not only reckless with their actions, but continued to be reckless after bystanders had told them to slow down prior to the crash. Court testimony details that a bystander noticed descriptions of Camille's and Leon's vehicles traveling at a high rate of speed past her house in a residential neighborhood. This frustrated the witness as it was Easter Sunday, and there were children outside. This witness noticed that the pair parked down the street from her residence, so she decided to walk down to the cars to tell them to slow down. This witness's testimony matched the descriptions of Camille, her passenger friend Lynn, and the description of the vehicles Camille and her brother were driving. After the neighbor had spoke to them directly about slowing down, she claims the cars then sped past her on the road as she was walking back to her home, which was an inferred attempt at retaliation. This neighbor then tried calling 911 at 10:28 over their reckless behavior, roughly 4 minutes before the crash happened. Unfortunately, it appears the call didn't connect, and the neighbor decided to let it go, seeing as she...
How the fuck does a 911 call not connect? What are we talking about? The 911 call didn't connect. What? The fuck? What do we live in?
Only had a partial license plate to work with. A couple days later, when she saw a news article involving the vehicles, she claims to have recognized the plate based off the partial she had, causing her to call the authorities to inform them of the racing activity she saw the pair engaged in earlier that morning. If that wasn't jarring enough, the prosecuting attorney also called up Lynn, the passenger in Camille's car, and revealed Camille and Leon's lack of remorse over the whole situation. Lynn claims that she was best friends with Camille, but ceased the relationship over the morality of the situation. Lynn supported the neighbor's claim that Camille and Leon were not driving safe in the neighborhood, and confirmed that the neighbor had spoken to both Camille and Leon. She also shared that, in the moments before the pair sped off at the intersection, Camille and Leon exchanged a conversation through their car windows over who could accelerate faster. Camille in past interrogations claimed that this was true, though she informed her brother not to go faster than 55 miles an hour so that they wouldn't be pulled over. Lynn's testimony contradicted that claim, citing the pair never talked about speed limits. During her testimony, Lynn admitted she was scared during her 911 call because she had realized the car Camille was driving could have just as easily impacted Dalton and Taylor's vehicle. She shared that Camille was largely concerned about the damage to the car and the condition of her siblings, but that nobody went to the red car and that Camille was unremorseful. Lynn also detailed that at a time after the crash during a birthday party, Camille and Leon, among other family members, held a conversation blaming the red car for the accident despite their excessive speeds. She further shares that the Bond family seemed to only care about their own family being injured and held no empathy or sadness for Dalton or Taylor's passing. Lynn also cited that she stopped being friends with Camille after the birthday party because she felt sad, traumatized, and remorseful while Camille felt differently. Other witnesses appeared on the stand to share their opinions of Camille and Leon's driving. One witness shared they told others after witnessing their speeds that they're going to kill somebody moments before the crash. Other witnesses added more claims to Camille's words on scene, including, "The f***ing bitch better be dead or I'll find her and kill her," and "You stupid dumb-ass effing white bitch." Others sharing, "In all the years I've been driving, I've never seen two cars drive like that before." And that witnesses found it jarring. Camille didn't attempt to help her injured sister, but was able to maintain threatening 2 fatal crash victims. The defense's argument that Dalton and Taylor's vehicle should have yielded brought frustrations to witnesses taking the stand, one individual having what appears to be a heated back and forth over the perceived ridiculousness of his argument. One professional opinion on the stand debunked the defense's right-of-way argument, citing that, statutorily, the right-of-way vehicle loses that claim if they are speeding, and in this case, the vehicles were estimated to be traveling over twice the speed limit. That same professional opinion cited data that showed if the 2 vehicles were not drag racing and were traveling the speed limit, Dalton and Taylor would have easily cleared the intersection without contact. A jury court would unanimously...
Yeah, this shit. The court is just going over all the information.
N-O-O-O-1 I miss OG.
Bro, I'm not an unk or OG, nigga. But, yeah.
Convict her on all of her charges. In closing statements prior to determining Camille's sentencing, countless contributions from the community shared how the case, and particularly the loss of Dalton and Taylor, impacted their lives. Taylor's father shared that he'll never forget the scream his wife, Taylor's mother, let out the day 2 police officers came to their home to inform them of their daughter's death. He shares that the sound still haunts him to that day. Dalton's older brother Dylan, a pastor, shared that if Camille's family remained blind to her guilt, that she would remain guilty on the day of her judgment, and God would strike her down for the murderer that she is. Friends of the family shared frustrations with Leon's light sentence, sharing that they hated the court system for giving him such an easy break. They also shared that rules do not apply to Camille, and that she will kill again. They referenced Camille's lack of remorse, pointing out that Camille turned to...
She didn't get life in jail, bro. We're only 30 minutes in. She didn't get life in jail. Not that I know of. And the police, during the wreck, they got all that information.
Her mom, laughing and playing on her phone like it was any other day during breaks in court testimony. Documents revealed that the victim's family had just held a funeral the day prior for Dalton's grandfather. One cousin noted that the last photo they all took together as a family was that day. Veronica, Dalton's mom, pointed out frustrations with Camille's lack of...
The last picture they got as a family is at a funeral.
remorse, and her continued speeding infractions after the fact. Dalton's father, Jim, highlighted Camille and Leon's previous school fights, along with their alleged fist fight that broke out when they got in an accident with another driver. He also cited her claims of racial prejudice against her to be nothing of the sort when it came to Dalton and Taylor, sharing the pair had gone to Minneapolis in support of George Floyd, that Taylor had continually engaged in Native American culture and reservation programs, and that his son Dalton was involved in a mostly Hmong and Hispanic car club. He also highlights an alleged social media conversation Camille had where she mentioned going drag racing again only 45 days after the crash. Jim also cited numerous individuals who shared stories of Dalton's acceptance and openness to other people. He also mentioned that, shortly after the incident, he and Veronica had discussed a hypothetical scenario. Their scenario involved Camille and Leon's mom, Crystal, coming to their house, apologizing and begging for forgiveness. In this case, Jim claims Veronica would have gave her a hug, invited her into the house for coffee, and discussed the nightmare as mothers, one to another. They purposefully told the court to
be real, like, mother to mother. Do you really want to go? Like, who the fuck wants to trauma dump over that? Like, do you really want to trauma dump over that? I understand an apology, maybe over the phone, maybe a text message.
So what happened to the girl that killed them?
You gotta wait till the video end, hood. Stop being so impatient, motherfucker.
Communications open between them and all individuals involved in case this scenario came to a reality. A year after the incident, once Jim and Veronica saw their hypothetical scenario would never come to existence, they closed communication through the court system. In contrast, when Camille and Leon's mother Crystal took the stand, she denounced the notion that her children should be called murderers, citing a Webster's dictionary definition that mentioned premeditation, even though they were being tried for third-degree murder. She also claimed she feared Camille was going to become the next George Floyd, and said Veronica had, quote, verbally assaulted her for calling her a bad mother a year after the incident. When it came time for sentencing, the judge first cited his reasoning. He shared that, in my 40 years of being involved in the legal business in various aspects, I've never been involved in a case that's affected and impacted so many different people in so many different ways. He also pointed out frustrations that Leon was tried as a juvenile and wouldn't spend a day in prison as long as he abides by his probation conditions. Before sharing the sentencing, he told Camille directly, I think you're in deep denial about what exactly.
Yeah, no bullshit. The next George Floyd shit is insane.
Your role played in this event. For her third-degree murder charges, she was sentenced with 150 months.
Look her sentencing. In my eyes, she's not. It was a mistake, but she didn't learn from her mistake.
How much 150 months?
I already know she deals with that. I don't know, bro. 150 divided by 12.
150 months WTF. Das like 5 years.
It's 12 years.
I think if you take a life, you deserve life.
12 and a half. I don't think so.
I for an I type shit.
Nah, cause if you breaking my shit, bro, I'ma kill you. Like, if you breaking my shit and trying to harm anybody, like, you deserve what's coming for you.
She deserved a little longer, in my opinion.
She got 12 and a half. Nah,
yeah,
12
but
and
that
a half.
wouldn't be in the wrong.
That's a long time, bro. 12 and a half years. You don't understand. A week would be long in there, bro. But it's not long until you actually in there, bro. You don't understand how time goes. 12 and a half years to think about that. I think that's enough time. We should get out. But
all those speeding tickets, she should have had her license revoked.
Facts. I do agree with that.
For one and 100.
I still don't think that can stop you from driving.
180 months for the other, which would be served concurrently.
24 years. 25 years. And she's probably going to have to only serve half. 25 years. Okay, 25 is a lot.
currently with her sentence for criminal vehicular operation resulting in serious bodily harm, which amounted to 38 months. For the rest of her convictions, a sentence was not pronounced. Because all of her sentences run concurrently with each other, her total sentence is 180 months, or 15 years. In Minnesota, inmates must serve 2/3 of their total sentence, making her eligible for probation after 10 years. She was also permitted 107 days of jail credit. Her court fees were waived, but she was ordered to pay Dalton's mother nearly $30,000 in restitution, which would be deducted from prison.
Can't do drugs, can't smoke, you can smoke, just not smoke weed. Just gotta check in before you go certain places. I don't know, they're supervised and unsupervised, so like, it's to make sure what you're doing be okay.
Prison wages and from pay she obtains while on probation. Using this information, having been sentenced in March of 2023, she will likely get out of prison at the tail end of the year in 2032, when she is 30 years old. After her sentencing, Camille submitted her case into the Court of Appeals to be retried. Her appellate case was effectively denied by the courts, sealing her sentence. While the records we obtained from the state pertained directly from Camille's involvement in the case,
Do she though? You get out and you 30. You get out and you 30. Do you though? You gonna still go out and party at 30? Still gonna have fun, think you 20? Just pick up where you left off, huh? Nah, bro, when you get out, life ain't gonna be like this shit. Like what they was living in now isn't gonna be that. It's gonna be all type of Teslas and Cybertrucks on the road. It's not gonna be this shit. Like life gonna be different. The cars are gonna be driving themselves, bro.
You 34 and still go to high school football games.
Bro, no, I'm not.
She probably will. Some people never grow up.
Hey, true shit, Aiden. Very true shit.
To secure an interview with Dalton's mom, Veronica, to get more details surrounding Leon's case, and exactly how and why he was let off the hook so easily after being convicted for double murder.
Through those transcripts and through the body cam footage, it's wild to me that this case was not taken as seriously as it seems like it should have been.
You know, we don't wish a family to go through this. I mean, in the beginning, we just sat back. I mean, we trusted those that we felt were looking out for Dalton and Taylor's best interest. The further we got along in the process, the more holes I kept finding.
If she get out at 30?
Attitudes, amount of remorse, accountability. If that would have come into play, we would understand, we'd be better. But because it didn't, and because the way the laws are set up right now, that these children are protected. A double murder charge in the Dakota County, they'd never had one before. RN. We were going to be the first juvenile case to go to trial because Leon was innocent, Camille was innocent, Dalton pulled out in front of them. I mean, you've read the transcript. He turned 21. At that time, he's free and clear. It's like it never happened. I bet you I did 75 open records requests. I fought hard, and not so much on Camille's situation. I mean, you know, because hers was adult. It was fighting the juvenile side. Strangely enough, they did make 4 changes to their juvenile certification process. The juvenile side, they say that this case will haunt them for the rest of their lives. You know, that Leon was not certified as an.
Be happy. You just gotta be happy. Right. You could still be in there. You could
Most
still
jobs
be mad.
not finna hire you or none.
They not, but you can still be happy. It's better than being in there. Like, just be happy. What's the fuss at? What's to be mad at? Just be happy.
An adult. I found out there are 87 counties in Minnesota. There are 87 ways to certify a juvenile. County by county, not even Washington, Dakota, Scott, Carver, none of them go through the certification process for a juvenile the same way.
The county that handled this case, Dakota County, certifies juveniles through a psychological and criminal record report, which then goes through an evaluation process involving multiple parties. To qualify for certification, the accused must be 14 years old.
I don't know. I don't think she's hip to this shit I'm hip to. really and truly.
And in this case, Leon was 17 and 9 months old at the time of the crash. Secondly, the crime needs to be a felony, and this case certainly qualifies as one of the worst felony charges a person can obtain, and Leon got 2 of them. In most cases where a juvenile who is 16 or older is being tried for particularly violent offenses like this case, there is a presumption of certification, which means the juvenile is assumed to be tried as an adult. That is, unless they can specifically prove they would be rehabilitated through the juvenile system. This process for proof of rehabilitation in this case required a parole officer to organize a report, referred to as a certification study. Additionally, a psychologist conducts a psychological evaluation. This report often includes the seriousness of the crime, indications of mental health issues, their prior record, and their likelihood of rehabilitation in the juvenile system. These reports are then reviewed by the Extended Juvenile Jurisdiction Panel, or the EJJ panel for short. In this case, the 7-person panel then votes on if the accused should be tried as an adult or not. In Leon's case, Veronica made a startling discovery through her own investigations.
Leon was on probation at the time that he murdered Dalton and Taylor. His probation officer was the intake probation officer for the certification process.
Leon was already on probation at the time of the crash. Reports indicate this was likely due to his violent behavior in high school. What made this a troubling situation was the extended history the probation officer had with Leon. These prior efforts to push for this was likely due to his violent behavior in high school. What made this a troubling situation was the extended history the probation officer had with Leon. These prior efforts to push for rehabilitation could influence the probation officer to unjustly suggest a favorable outcome for Leon due to their personal attachment to the case. Unfortunately, it seems that's exactly what happened.
His current probation officer was the one that supplied all the information to the 7-panel EJJ members, and she left out all of his high school history. She only went up till 8th grade.
Or not?
And that, of course, influenced.
Okay. Leon, are we free? Yeah. Yeah.
To that panel.
Additionally, news reports indicate that the same probation officer was also one of the 7 members on the EJJ panel to vote for or against Leon's adult certification.
And it was a 4-3 vote, Harrison. 4 said juvenile, 3 said adult.
In this case, that probation officer was one of the votes to not certify Leon as an adult.
So,
pre-recorded stream SMH It's Like Cam is still with us today.
She did it. Bro, stop saying ignorant shit, bro.
1 vote with him being 80 days shy of 18 with a history, on probation for the 3rd time, 2 of them being assault charges. We just said that's a conflict of interest. And then they would come back and say, well, but the current PO is going to have the most history with that juvenile. Okay, but then that probation officer needs to give everybody the same information. The state forensic psychologist had everything, had all of his history from all the way through high school. The 7-member panel did not. So one of the changes that was made was all reports given have to be the same. You cannot pick and choose what members see what. The other one, the intake parole officer cannot be the juvenile's current probation officer.
Right.
The 3rd change was with restitution. The corrections department determined the amount of restitution. I had provided.
They trying so hard to put that nigga in jail, bro. His sister is in jail. Like, that's already enough. Hey, like, nigga's sister in jail, bro. He's a child. Like, niggas was a juvenile. He wasn't a full-grown adult yet. I feel like he was
provided documentation showing, because Dalton, 22, didn't have life insurance, student loans, had a car payment, restitution was approved upon at $29,000 and some change. It was whatever I submitted. Well, we got the documentation from the juvenile side, and it said, well, Leanna's only responsible.
Nigga getting paid more than me. Yeah. I'm not even getting paid this stream. Well, I lied. I am.
Responsible to pay $8,500, and I went, why? It's $29,000 and some change. They're both equally guilty. I would have thought it just would have been split in half. Dakota County Juvenile Corrections set their own dollar amount. Most counties would leave it up to the judge. He's been out Camille's in jail. You know, she doesn't have as good of an opportunity to pay this restitution.
I'm pretty sure, like, if there was an option, he would have took the time his sister got it. Unless, like, I don't know.
Is Leon does. Well, they did change that now. It's no longer up to juvenile corrections.
No kid,
it
I
is
knew
up
better
to the
before
judge.
17.
They got rid of the cap. They, in essence, had a cap of 8,500. The state forensic psychologist came back and said, yes, adult. There is not enough time to rehabilitate him. There is not. He for the severity of the crime, he cannot be rehabilitated, or she didn't think. She submitted her report the day before the EJJ panel did. The EJJ panel knew that the state forensic psychologist had recommended adult. They never reconvened. They never got into a room, never came together and said, let's look at this now. 2 people lost their lives. Right. This isn't a vandalism. 2 people were murdered. Harrison, Dakota County Corrections does not
At
like
17,
me.
yo,
Does
boss,
not,
Harry
and I don't care.
ASFSMH.
But they came back to me time and time again. I have it in writing. They were only required to do a summary. And I said, Dalton and Taylor deserved more than a summary. They lost their lives. You people need to fight for them and to make changes. So that is another change that Dakota County did make. Once they've pulled together the state forensic psychologist, they reconvene as a team to discuss the results and why they came up with what they did. Now again, I don't know how I follow that. I don't know how I track it.
Like security or some shit?
They put it on a piece of paper and they said these are our new policies.
Right.
I did ask them also why they don't post that on their website. They said they're not required. Well, you know, maybe if they would have done some of the stuff, they wouldn't have had a me, you know, where I was a thorn in their side for months. Judge Carter, I mean, this was like the last thing he stamped on and he retired. And I get it, even if the EJJ panel would have said adult and the state forensic psychologist said adult, Carter could have said juvenile. At the end of the day, it is up to him. But, you know, how could he have gone against 2? He did not take into consideration anything that state forensic psychologist did. He, honestly, we think, Harrison, he made his decision before he even got all the details. That's how we feel.
What other changes are you hoping that the state will be making?
He did go down and spend 9 months in Red Wing. Well, 8 months.
Red Wing is the juvenile correctional facility that Leon was admitted to for rehabilitation.
I ended up getting a hold of Red Wing too, and I said, I want to know what type of a program you have in Red Wing to process or rehabilitate a juvenile versus somebody that's down there for theft or, you know, anything that you would end up at Red Wing for. And that is the only facility in the state of Minnesota for these juveniles that commit these higher crimes that if they were an adult, it would be a prison sentence. So we really don't have a different program. And I said, so you're telling me Leon is down there getting the same class.
Turn that shit off or something for a clip.
Go ahead, bro. Like, it depends on, like, I'm not gonna turn it off. It's good, but if it's trash, bro, I don't want to listen to it. Like, but we gonna see, bro.
Them went through, but the authors were, one was Bobby Joe Champion, Camille's attorney, that said, you know, the age needs to be raised to 21. The brain fully doesn't develop until you're 25. Then keep them in probation until they're 25. Don't let them off when they're 21.
It's,
you know, extend it. Yep, get it, but make them accountable. You know, and going the opposite direction of what we're fighting for. And I emailed those editors of those laws. Not one of them got back in touch with me. Leon murdered 2 people and got basically 25 months. How can somebody that drives this, and maybe Dalton and Taylor would still be here. So,
So damn, this is crazy. Let's see what the comments talking about. Oh shit! All right, look now. Damn, this man older brother. Hell's News rapper.
Ups YouTube YWVAGY3 Jew 8 Cis Euros 9 BKW and 9 EE. What he say?
Count. Oh shit.
It was supposed to be a
Now Hell's News rapper is crazy and they got Julio. But it say, hello everyone. Dalton the man
Narrated
killed
to us. How are y'all?
Let me turn y'all niggas down real quick.
I'm sick.
Alright, it say, hello everyone, Dalton. The man killed in this accident is my little brother. My family would greatly appreciate if you spread the word about this injustice being done in the state of Minnesota. We can't do much to change our circumstances with the law, but we can affect change for the future families who may suffer through a tragedy such as this. Please share and spread the word. Contact your state contact your state legislators to ensure your laws to see juveniles see proper legal repercussions for such heinous acts. There are politicians everywhere fighting for justice for families like mine. Most of all, I ask you to pray for us. The Lord has been faithful to heal many parts of our heart. Bro, it's fucked up. Y'all niggas is making me smile at the worst time, bro, because it didn't turn all the way down, bro. Chill. I can still low-key hear y'all. Like, I can't make it out to what y'all are saying, but I can still hear y'all. Yeah, we are forever broken. We will never forgive. We will never forget Dalton and Tater. We are so grieve. And so we grieve. Pray for Camille and Leon. They would truly be reformed by the minimal justice that they have received, and that these two do not hurt another family again. Thank you.
I would call on you for popcorn reading if you was in my class, Cam. Cam, why you kept on reading SMH?
Bro, because I done had this shit turned
You got
up,
some to tell us.
Bro. I had this shit turned down, fuck niggas. Narrate it to us. How are y'all? I'm sick.
Is it bad I'm autistic?
I'm chilling, just sleep deprived. Hello, are you okay? Just resetting my sleep schedule. Bro, why would you say that? Aiden, you funny as fuck for saying you would call on me for popcorn reading, nigga. Fuck you, nigga. I can read, bro.
Real nigga shit. Actually, you might be more than me. Cam the type of person to skip class so he won't present.